dear students of St. Peter's College, Kalamfo, Nigambu branch. Today we discuss about the internet and the electronic mails regarding the ICT grade level. Right, first we'll see what is internet. Internet, we call internet is a massive network of networks. That means it's a collection of networks. We already know a network is, what is a network? Network means we connect two or more computers together. The internet means it is not two or more, it is a collection of huge computers or networks. And another thing, it does not, internet does not belong to any person or any organization, single organization. It's a collection of a team effort. And also internet society is in charge of the ethics and the principles of the internet. It is the boss or master of the internet. He is the one, that organization is the in charge of all the ethics and the principles of internet. Right, we'll see. Next one. What is a URL? Uniform Resource Locator. What it contains about the URL? It is a collection of information in internet. We already know internet is a collection of internet, and URL is a collection of information. It is on the internet also. HTTP, with regard to internet, these are the key terms we have to know. HTTP. HTTP. What is HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and that is the protocol we use for data transmission. Internet, I already told you, it is a collection of information, and it exchanges information between the computers or networks. To exchange the information or data, we use a specific protocol that is called HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is not the only one protocol we used in HTTP, but in internet, HTTP is the protocol we discussed. Right, providing the next one, providing the information is the main service. What is www? We call www or www, World Wide Web. It is a service provided by the internet. www is not the internet. www is a service provided by the internet. It is a single service on internet. Then the next one, information on World Wide Web is stored on website. I told you www is a service of internet, and we store information on www, that is websites. Websites are in www. Next one. Next point, system of uniquely identifying a website. What is that? URL is the system we use to identify a web page or device on the internet is uniquely. Right? I have given an example of website name, example of a website name, and they explained each part of that URL. We call this whole part as the URL. HTTP is the protocol for this URL, and www, World Wide Web, it is a service provided by the internet. And the next one, edupub.gov.lk, that is the domain name, and /ebooks/English and /ICT PDF, that is the up to ebook, up to English. It is the path where the final resource ICT PDF document were stored. That is the path, or we call this the location where your files are contained on the web. Fine. Then we move to the next part, IP address, internet protocol. And I told you previous example, URL is a unique one, that is for each and every website has their own URL, and IP address or internet protocol is the one we use to uniquely identify the document or device on internet. Mainly it is a number pattern. We call total decimal. I have given explained that later. Used for identification computers on the internet individually. It's like a identity card number as you have, or admission number, student admission number, like, right. One and all, it not be duplicated. It is unique one, and it has the 4 values from 0 to 255, 255, and separated by the dot, and because of that we call it is a dotted decimal notation. Here is an example of IP address, and here I have given a table set of IP address class A, B, C, D, and E, and the IP address ranges were given in here. IP address range. Class A IP addresses start from 0.0.0 and 1 to 126.255.255 and 254. Right, we'll see how we identify each device on a network by an example. Yeah, this is the internet, and the server, router, and the 3 client computers were here. Right? Each computer PC has a unique identifier, unique number that is called the IP address. One here, this PC has the 192.168.1.2. This one is the 192.168.1.3, and the last one 192.168.1.4. And here is the router. We already know, to connect the internet, the local network must connect with the router. Otherwise, you can't connect the internet without the router. And internet is connected to the server. Server's IP address 172.168.102. Sorry. Then the router. The local area network part is given the separate IP, and the internet part has the separate IP address 192.168.1.1. 67.120.97.1. I will see how we identify. If the computer if a person want to send a message from the internet, and once you take the data from the internet, or once you take from the data from this server, the server will send to the router, will access that server from this IP address. I want the data from this IP address, and it take the router, and router will send it to the local network part. Local network part will identify by the each computer. Here I want to explain this part also. Here 192.168.1.1 and here 192.168.1.2. Local network of the router part is 1.1. Here 1.2, 1.3, 1.2. Whole network is called 1.1, and here each device is separately identified by 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So all the other parts are same. 192.168, 192.168, 192.168, 192.168. Once the data packet comes to the router will give that data packet from the relevant device only. To identify a relevant device, use this IP address. It send if that computer if that data packet want to go to the PC, that 1.3, it only send it to the 1.3 PC, not for the 1.2 or 1.4 computer. Right? It is very helpful for identifying a computer uniquely and send and receiving data uniquely, exactly the same computer, without sending to the others, only the separate device. Right, then we come to the domain name part. Right, this is a name used for access the website on the internet. I explain you using the education department website how you identify the domain name part and the HTTP part and the www part. Right. Following are used to represent the fields and the countries of the website. Uh, Example, think the website www.google.com, gov.lk. You are having separate, after the dot part, you will get another separate part, that is .com, .gov, .net, .edu, org, mil, right? That means each if you are using .com, that means it's a commercial purpose website. If you use gov, that means it's a government website, or we call public website. .net means it's a network type website, and edu, it is a website belongs to educational site. And org, that means it's a non-profitable organization for personal website. Normally org is used for personal websites. If you are using if you want to build a personal website, better to use org. Next is the MIL, that means military purpose website. And here are some country level domain website. .lk, .jp, UK, AU, and US, and IAU. By looking at the website name, you can identify that website belongs to an educational purpose or country or commercial purpose, something like that. Alright? And then the next part of the domain names, the rightmost one is called the top level domain. Then here www.google.com, top level domain means .com, not the Google. Here www.edu.pub.gov.lk. In this URL, top level domain is .lk, not for gov. Top level domain, that means the rightmost one is the .lk, that means it is the top level domain. This belongs to the two domain names gov.lk, and that means top level domain is .lk. Right, now we will see how the internet is working. Think this is your client computer. A client computer must connect it. If you want to connect your computer to the internet, definitely you must connect it to that means your client computer must connect to the router or modem. Most of the modern routers inbuilt modem. It has the inbuilt modem, and then the modem is connected to the your computer. Then the router, after the modem, you will have the router, then the domain name server, then the web servers. Right? This is the requesting part. Green color one is the requesting part, and the red color one is the returning path of data. Once you type your website name or URL name, it goes through the modem, then the router, right? Comes to the router, then it goes to the domain name server. What is that domain name server? What we call it? DNS server. We call short form DNS server. That's what I told you. Each website has the unique name and it has the unique number. Right? Because of our easier to remember, because of very difficult to remember a number, then we use for name. Otherwise, we have to remember all the websites numbers. It is not easy, but we can easily remember the name. Google, you can easily remember the website name. But if you ask you to remember the Google address, IP address, it is very difficult. Right. That's what the DNS server do. It translates your website names into the unique IP, the relevant IP. Up to DNS server is the one translate your website names into the IP addresses, relevant IP addresses. Once your request is come to the DNS server, it translates into that DNS server name into the IP address and send to the web server. Then the web server will send the data belongs to that web address and it sends back to the same path to the client computer or requested computer. That is what the internet is there. Here the client, in this picture also, number one is the client computer, then it goes to the DNS server and convert that URL into the IP address. Then it finds the, if it can be found on the first server, doesn't matter, no matter, it can request send the data. If it does not, that server is not belongs to that DNS server is belongs to that, it is not belongs to the relevant IP address, then it's search from another one, and once you find that IP address or web URL in requested and send back to the data into the relevant computer. Right. Here are some protocols we used on internet. Right. HTTP is the protocol used to transforming HTML document. Right. Then the TCP/IP controlling exchanging of IP address. I told you IP address and the data is two different ones. IP addresses are transforming by the TCP/IP protocol. FTP is the file exchanging protocol. If you want to send large file, then you use the protocol FTP, file transferring protocol. Then the SMTP is the electronic mail exchanger. That means if you want to exchange mails through the internet, we use the SMTP. That means electronic mail exchange protocol. Then the next one is the ICMP, information and controlling messages when there is an error. If there is some errors on the data packets, then we will use this ICMP protocol for that. Then we come to the next part, that is the client and server, client-server architecture. We'll see what is client. Client is the always the service requesting part, and the server is the services responding part. But clients are requesting servers from the servers. Here, arrows are pointed. All the arrows are pointed to from the client to server. Request, client request, and client in here also requesting, and server is a respond to the client computer. Server is sent back to the data to the client computers. Yeah. Then web servers. Web servers stores web pages and the respond to the client requested. There are so many different servers. One server is a web server. If it is a web server, in here, think an example. Here, this contains a web server. These are the computers requesting from web pages from the web servers, right? Web servers store web pages and request. When the client is requesting a web page, it sends back to the client computer that relevant web page. Then the mail server. Mail server stores all the mails, and when the client is requesting a certain mail, it sends back to the client computer. Same as DNS server translating URL into IPs. When you type, I told you when you type on the URL name on the address bar, it access the DNS server and translate into that URL into the IP address and send back to the server requesting that IP that IP address page is requesting by the relevant client. And when after that it loaded into the client computers. Here also client-server architecture. Computers that are respond to the client request, it is called the server. Servers are always respond to the client's request. And downloading. What is downloading? Receiving information from server to the client. Once we access data on internet, that means we call it download. Practical example. Think you are downloading a video from the YouTube, right? That is we call downloading. That means the video is on the YouTube channel or YouTube website, and you ask from the YouTube to I want that video and please download. That means you getting data from the YouTube website. That means you are receiving data, that is downloading, submitting information from the client computer to the server. That computer is called uploading. If you want to upload a video to the YouTube site, that means you're giving information to the YouTube website. That means upload. You upload your data to the server. That's for today. Thank you very much.